Coal is the thread that runs through much of Basin Electric's operations. The subsidiary, Dakota Coal Company, finances the Freedom Mine and markets the lignite coal production from that mine. Dakota Coal's customers are the Antelope Valley Station, the Leland Old Station, and the Great Plains Synfuels plant. Dakota Coal doesn't own or operate the Freedom Mine. That job is done by the Coteau Properties Company, but the two work closely together. One of the values both organizations stress is safety. In August, employees of the Freedom Mine achieved 2 years without a lost-time accident. Bob Bartosh is the Chief Operating Officer of Dakota Coal Company.
With all the large mining equipment, the workforce in excess of 400 folks, they do a great job on focusing on the processes involved for a safe workday every day. And I'm very pleased to see the results showing up in this 2-year anniversary with no lost-time accidents.
Dakota Coal Company's commitment to safety is proven beyond the coal mine. Dakota Coal has a division, Wyoming Lime Producers, and a subsidiary, Montana Limestone Company. Those organizations are based within a few miles of each other on the border of Montana and Wyoming. In September, the Wyoming Lime Producers' Franny Lime plant achieved 2 years without a lost-time accident. The quarry of Montana Limestone Company achieved 2 years in August, and the fine grind plant is on track to achieve 8 years without a lost-time accident in December.
I've been involved with the coal mining business since 1975. In fall of 1976, I saw one of our electricians at one of the mines I worked at in southern Illinois. I saw him get electrocuted and die. And ever since that day, it's resonated in my mind, in my heart, to try and make sure that I'm safe and those that I work around are safe. It was quite the impression, and it's never left. I still have that today.
A big change in the relationship between Dakota Coal Company and the Coteau Properties Company this year is in its leadership. Mark Schultz has been the Chief Executive Officer for the Coteau Properties Company since 1997. He has retired this year. His replacement is Carol Dewing.
I've known Mark since 1979 when I first started on the coal gasification project. And Mark has brought a tremendous amount of leadership and management skills to the Freedom Mine and other affiliated companies. Carol Dewing is a fellow that I've known for a long time also, not so much in the business setting, but more in the social gathering areas. And I do know that Carol will embark on those same leadership and management principles that I'm sure he had at Falkirk. He'll bring them with him to Coteau, and we will continue to enjoy our safe, economical production.
One of the more visible projects at the mine this summer has been the dragline assembly. Dragline D has been under construction since February 2010. Travis Horning, the project manager, says the $71 million project should be complete by the end of this year. The last major construction milestone happened in July when the boom was raised.
This would be the last one, and it's also the biggest milestone.
Dragline D will be the third large dragline at the Freedom Mine. It will be used to remove the soil, or overburden, from over the top of the coal seam. The amount of overburden will increase by more than 25% starting next year. That means another 30 million cubic yards of overburden needs to be removed. The dragline will help meet the coal needs of Leland Old Station, Antelope Valley Station, and the Great Plains Synfuels plant. A factor that affected operations across the upper Great Plains and into Montana and Wyoming was above-average rainfall. At the Freedom Mine, rainfall has been higher than normal every year since 2009.
A typical annual recip out here is 16 inches, so we're well above it. And this is record, 3 years in a row. Never happened in the history of this mine.
Don Steffen is the environmental manager for the Coteau Properties Company. Because the mine is a zero-discharge facility, all rainwater must be collected in ponds. 100 ponds at the mine have been full all summer.
We are required to collect all runoff off the property before the water leaves the property. And the main purpose is to trap our sediments, which we clean up, and then once we meet a certain quality, we're allowed to discharge the water. And this has been a record discharge for us. We've discharged just over 2.8 billion gallons of water off the property, and we still have 3.5 months left to go.
The rain means reclamation work is getting behind, and it gets more difficult to actually mine the coal.
Yeah, we're like just a big construction company, no different, except one major difference is, they typically work weekends or extra hours to make up for lost time. We don't have that luxury. Our equipment's scheduled 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and on minimum, 120 hours a week we're scheduled for.
At the Franny Lime plant in Wyoming, rain affected the rail cars that ship the lime. Randy Banning is the lime plant's operations manager.
All the rain created an awful lot of hydropower out there, which slowed the coal-fired power plants down, which in turn slowed us down. So from a production standpoint, it was a significant impact to us. On the rail side, obviously there was some tracks washed out in various places, but in all truth, that really didn't hurt us as much because we weren't shipping as many cars either. So we just had to wade through it like everybody else, but we'll survive it.
At the limestone quarry, the rain caused a barrier block to slide and meant employees spent days cleaning up. Kurt Kaiser is the quarry's operations manager.
And then when we got more rain, where there were 4, 5, 6 inches of rain in a matter of 24 to 48 hours, then there was water running everywhere. There was water running in places where there's never been water running in decades. There was a significant amount of riprap sold to BNSF Railroad. They had very significant washouts, damage throughout their western region, and so a lot of our limestone was used to help repair damage to rail tracks also.
Despite the challenges, Montana Limestone remains ready to deliver limestone to the Leland Old Station when its scrubber begins operation. One notable update for the quarry: operations no longer rely on a diesel generator for power. A substation and 9-mile power line are now delivering reliable power to the quarry.
First and foremost, really, we are a part of the Basin Electric family, and that's what we do. We generate power. So we want to be a part of that family all the way, including how we're operating this quarry. And we would rather be operating all the equipment that we have here on coal power, coal generated power, rather than on diesel fuel generated power.
The fine grind plant takes the limestone mined at the quarry and crushes it according to customer specifications. Mike Jones is the superintendent of the fine grind plant.
We sell the larger product, the 4x10. We sell that for chicken grit. It helps in the craw to grind the feed and also keeps the eggshells hard. And then our 20x50 product would be our most popular feed size. It's cattle, hogs. Our 6x20 product, it goes to a couple of different places. Stillwater Mining is one of them. They use it in the smelter there. Currently, we've picked up a couple new customers, and that's for our fine product, our 60x100. And that one of those is an underground coal mine, and they need rock dust. In an underground coal mine, they have to go in and cover up all the coal dust with rock dust. It suppresses the explosion factor. So that's they actually make a slurry and they spray limestone on the walls. So as you drive down through the tunnel, it kind of illuminates a little bit. Our newest customer is, we go back to Stillwater Mine. They are mining palladium, and they have came up with a product coming out of California that's really high in platinum and palladium, but it has to be refined. They get it as a filter cake, and then they take our fine, our 60x100 product, and they mix it together kind of like lard and flour, and they make a paste out of it. Now they can get it into a fluid bed dryer. They dry it before they put it into their smelter. To my knowledge, it's the only palladium mine in the United States, and it's just right up the street here.
Bob Bartosh says the role of Dakota Coal Company is a quiet one, to safely, reliably, and efficiently deliver the supplies Basin Electric needs. Coal to fuel the power plants, and limestone and lime to help them remain in environmental compliance.
We at Dakota Coal Company are here to serve, and we're here to serve the core business of Basin Electric, which is the generation and the transmission of wholesale electricity. Our commodities that we produce in each segment of our business is how we support the core business. And it's with that I'd like to thank the Board of Directors, fellow employees, our staff, our teams at Coteau, the lime plant, the limestone quarry, and the membership for allowing us to continue in this quest to serve the core business of Basin Electric.